All right, welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast. So this is for Tuesday, March 7th, 2017. So today we have the moon still in Gemini, which is really bringing out that inquisitive nature of ourselves. Really good for reading, writing, using that mental energy. In fact, we still very much have Mercury close to the sun. So like yesterday, there might be a lot of this mental energy. Sometimes a bit too much when Mercury is combust like this, where we can feel a bit scattered, or there's a lot coming at us, or even fried, like our circuitry's kind of fried in our brains. But it is good to find healthy ways of channeling this. So it could be through writing things down, journaling, planning, and even talking to someone. Just expressing ourselves can be good for grounding what can be still today a very mental, talkative, and even busy day perhaps in the routine. So along with that, as we go into tomorrow, Mercury is going to start to sextile Pluto. So as the day shifts, things go into a perspective where it becomes very good for us to see the deeper dimensions of things. It's just an opening for that, but Pluto allows us to do things like research or investigation, really get down to the truth of the matter. So you can channel that into whatever you want. But again, we are talking about mental energy, which does make it this first part of the week very good for, again, all of this reading, writing, or practical types of things in our life. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this in more detail. All right, so there it is, the moon in Gemini finishing up here today. This is our emotions. So when our emotions are in a mental sign like this, it is good for us to, again, get involved with those more curious, inquisitive, and rational things in our life for us to feel emotionally rooted and stable and secure. So that's what makes it great for that. And I think as we're doing that, whether it's, again, expressing ourselves or writing or whatever it is, or even just using our minds, towards things, this can help us feel nice and emotionally rooted, stable, and grounded. Now, in terms of the outward reality, though, in terms of where we're focused, there is a lot of this kind of buzzing energy from yesterday with the Sun and Mercury conjunct, but this is certainly going to be dissipating as the day unfolds. So we all react to this a bit differently, but if you have been feeling like there's too much energy coming through, again, the mind or the communication or your routine, know that things are easing up here with that today. But it is still great to see what it is we're passionate about, what it is that excites us, and how we can channel, again, that energy in constructive ways there. So as that dissipates, we start to go into this Mercury sextile up to Pluto going into tomorrow. Mercury's forming a lot of aspects this week. But with this one, we can use this deeper mind. All right, so very good for, again, uncovering hidden things. This could be through research, whether it's for your work or maybe you're discovering some things spiritually, or, again, reading some books and some things in a new way that you hadn't seen before. And Pluto is, of course, all about making changes. So there could be some changes maybe with, again, our perspective of matters as we go into tomorrow, probably because we are willing to see things, again, in a new light, or maybe some new information comes to light that helps us, again, shift that perspective. So really good for making change, really good for even facing fears. If there's been anything that you feel like you want to face about life, that we can accept about life, that can transform us and help us make the changes we do want to see. So it can be on that spiritual inner level, but whatever it is, it's just an opening for great depth, great change, and great truth can really come to the forefront with this. So I do want to reiterate that this isn't a very strong aspect. This is a minor aspect, the sextiles. So it is important to understand that this is very free will oriented. We're not going to be thrusted into this, and there may not be anything pushing us into that direction, but likely something in our life, particularly as we go into tomorrow, just sort of opening, a door opening for us to walk through that deeper perspective and deeper mind that this can certainly give us. All right, so that's the day in a nutshell. The moon in Gemini, still very good for, again, learning, inquisition, communication, sharing ideas, in general, and things are easing up with what has been, I think, yesterday, still a lot of this energy with the mind and communication, all this easing up. And then going into tomorrow, more of the deeper dimensions, just an opening to perhaps see things in a deeper way, and through that, maybe make some changes or adjustments or research and all of that, which can be excellent. In terms of the lunar aspects, as you can see, there is quite a bit going on with the moon. Again, our feelings. Most significantly, we're starting to enter into the gibbous phase, which means as we go through the rest of the week, a bit more support and awareness. We're going to have a full moon at the end of the week. So as we go through it, more awareness, more momentum, and I think we might start to feel a bit of that support here today, especially because the moon is going to be trining up to that Mercury-Sun conjunction, which does emphasize that it may be a bit, again, easier to work with this practical, rational, mental type of stuff. Then as we do get into the second half of the day, the moon does form a T-square with that Uranus, Jupiter, and Pluto T-square that we've had. And so maybe emotionally in the second half, there might be some deep feelings. Or we may be feeling restricted with the square up to Uranus, or our emotions could be pendulating to extremes with the Jupiter. So in the second half, I don't feel like this is going to be a major thing, but I think it'll be good to bring some extra attention to the emotions, to connect to the depth in healthy ways, connect to freedom in healthy ways. In fact, the sun still is in Aquarius, and Mercury's in Aquarius, so it's still an excellent time to be expressing our true selves, but maybe finding healthy ways of doing that the second half. And again, bringing extra attention to the emotions can help balance all of that out. All right, so that's the day in a nutshell. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Thank you again for all of your likes, comments, and shares, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care.